Good evening, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, and esteemed colleagues, good evening and welcome to the 41st Annual Indian Medical Gala. My name is Sonali, and it is truly an honor to stand here before you and be your MC tonight. For those of you who don't know me, I'm a physician at Northwest Health, Laporte, and I've been working there for the past 17 years. So Northwest Health, please can you make some noise? As we start off, I have to say that everyone is looking amazing. And the ladies especially, you guys are killing it. Please give a round of applause for all the beautiful ladies out there. Tonight we come together to celebrate the dedication and incredible achievements of the medical community in Northwest Indiana. We gather not only to acknowledge the past year's accomplishments, but also to look ahead with hope and optimism for the future of healthcare in our community. Throughout the evening, we will celebrate our culture, our people, our dances, and we'll also recognize outstanding individuals for their exceptional contributions in their fields. But above all, let us use this gathering as an opportunity to foster connections, exchange ideas, and strengthen the bonds that unite us. So without further ado, let the annual Indian Medical Gala begin. May it be a night of inspiration, celebration, and unity as we embark on another year of serving our community. We're going to start off with the national anthems. This year, the national anthems will be sung by two of our very own students from Munster High School, Shana Shah and Adrita Bhattacharya. Shana Shah is a senior at Munster High School. Shana has been singing for 6 years with Munster Choir and has won multiple ISMA awards. Shana will be performing the American National Anthem. Adrita Bhattacharya is also from Munster High School. She loves singing and she recently traveled to Austria to sing with her school choir. Music has tied her closely to her culture. Adrita Bhattacharya will be performing the Indian National Anthem. I would request everyone to stand up now. Please remain standing for both the national anthems. Thank you.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
That was so good. Thank you, Shana and Adrita. That was amazing. I'm now going to introduce Dr. Vivek Mishra, who is the president of the Indian Medical Association. A little bit about Vivek. He's an interventional neuroradiologist at Northwest Health Porter, where he has been practicing for the last 15 years. He also happens to be my husband. He is funny and charming and full of endless enthusiasm, and I have yet to meet someone who is as energetic and full of life as he is. He excels at quietly working behind the scenes, getting up at 5 a.m. to send emails and make lists for IMAs before the rest of the family wakes up. Vivek is also very much a people's person, so he calls everyone in a 50-mile radius on his drive to and from Valpo every day. Naturally, when his friends see his missed call, they call him right back as soon as they can. That means he gets about 100 calls every day, which, as you can imagine, can start to become annoying after a few days. And we have to deal with that. Another reason I'm so proud of my husband is that he made it a point to nominate more female physicians to the IMA board. When he started, there was, I think, 1 female physician on the board, and now there are 6 female physicians on the board, in addition to the 5 male physicians. Please, can the IMA board members stand up and be recognized? Stand up. Thank you. So Vivek and I have been married for 25 years now. We just celebrated our 25th wedding anniversary. But the last 2 years of our lives have been consumed by IMA in a good way. So I am here to tell you that if our marriage has survived 2 years of non-stop planning for different events, endless phone calls, arguments, laughter, and annoyances, it can pretty much survive anything now. So without much ado, I am here to welcome the president of IMA, Dr. Vivek Mishra, for his welcome address.
Wow, I don't think she has ever said that many good words to me in private. Hello everyone. Welcome to the 41st Annual Indian Medical Association Gala. Sonali and I extend our warmest welcomes to you all this evening. It is with immense pride and gratitude that we come together for this gala, a night dedicated to recognizing and honoring the incredible contributions of our dedicated healthcare workers. I'd like to take a moment to reflect on our history. The IMA was founded in 1981 by a small group of physicians, some of whom actually are here. Can the founding members please stand up so that we can give you a round of applause? We have come a long way. Since then, our IMA family has around 450 healthcare providers in Northwest Indiana, and we continue to expand our family every year. The theme of the gala this year is again connections, an opportunity to strengthen our existing connections and forge new ones. As we come together tonight, let us remember that the work you all do extends far beyond the walls of your hospitals and clinics. The people in this room bridge cultures, they dissolve borders, and they uplift communities. This evening is a heartfelt tribute to the members of our community. It is also a reminder of the immense responsibility we all share in supporting those values and efforts. Last year, our featured charity was Brothers Keeper, the only homeless shelter for men in Northwest Indiana. I'm glad to report back that we were able to provide them with a brand new HVAC system, a UV air filter, a new sign, new LED lights, and other improvements. Thank you from the bottom of my heart to everyone who contributed with their time, money, and suggestions for this cause. Finally, we would like to thank you for joining us tonight, and I hope this evening leaves you inspired and connected to the incredible spirit of our medical community and culture. Enjoy the evening and get excited as we have an extraordinary cultural program coming up. Thank you, everyone.
Now I'd like to request the incoming president of Indian Medical Association, Dr. Sanjay Raikar, and his wife Shilpa Malikar to come on stage to light in the lighting of lamp ceremony. The lighting of lamp ceremony marks the handing over of the baton from the current president to the incoming president, Dr. Raikar. I would request Dr. Raikar to come forward and say a few words.
First of all, I would like to thank Dr. Vivek Mishra for his strong leadership and unparalleled commitment to IMA during the last 2 years. I'm honored to be here as a president-elect of the Indian Medical Association. I'm looking forward to working with IMA members and community members in coming years. I will do my best to enhance Indian Medical Association and take it to the new height. Thank you all. Enjoy the evening. Thank you.
Next, I would like to call upon our keynote speaker for tonight, Mr. Raja Krishnamurthy, to come on stage. Congressman Raja Krishnamurthy was elected to the Congress in 2016 and is now in his 4th term representing Illinois' 8th district, which includes Chicago West and Northwest suburbs, as well as the 41st ward of the city. Representative Krishnamurthy is the child of immigrants and was raised in Peoria, Illinois. He attended public schools in Peoria and was a valedictorian of his high school. He graduated from Princeton University with a degree in mechanical engineering and a certificate from Princeton School of Public and International Affairs. He then graduated with honors from Harvard Law School and clerked for a federal judge before practicing law in Chicago. Representative Krishnamurthy pursued public service while practicing law. The congressman resides with his wife Priya and 3 children in Schaumburg, Illinois. His wife is an anesthesiologist. And as Raja jokes, He can put people to sleep better than his wife. Please put your hands together for Congressman Raja Krishnamurthy.
That's okay. That's okay. Just a photo. Oh, okay, sure. Good evening. It's an honor to be with you, and as I like to say, it's an honor to be any place they can pronounce my name correctly. This is a true story. I'm not making this up. When I first ran for office in Illinois, I said, "Hi, my name is Raja Krishnamurthy." And then person in Chicago looked right back at me and said, "Roger Christian Murphy, very nice to meet you." And then he said, "I didn't know the Irish made it to India." So it's a true honor to be with you. I want to observe those 3 rules of keynote speaking: be short, be sweet, and be gone. 3 points. First of all, can you give a big round of applause to Dr. Mishra, Dr. Shukla, the entire board of directors, and all the dignitaries over here tonight? I can't hear you. It takes a lot to organize these events, and of course the founding members, whom I recognize, have done such a wonderful job of setting the roots of this organization and growing it into what it is today. So congratulations. The second point I want to make is this. I come from a family where my wife is a physician, my brother's a physician, and so I know some of your issues. And I have to say that I am proud to be one of the primary advocates in Washington, D.C. for physicians and patients. And I'm so happy and honored to be addressing you and to meet you in Washington, D.C. from time to time to talk about your issues. I'll just talk about a couple of them very briefly. First of all, I am tired of talking about averting or avoiding cuts to physician reimbursement rates. And so this year, I am co-sponsor of legislation to raise reimbursements. How about that? HR 2474. HR 2474, remember this, is the first attempt by a group of bipartisan lawmakers to actually tie reimbursements to inflation through the Medicare Economic Index. And so rather than talking about cutting rates, we should be talking about adjusting reimbursements to the realities of your practices. Because we have to remember this. Over the last 22 years, in real terms, your reimbursements have gone down by 26%. 26%. So if you imagine an average business that sees its revenues go down by that much, while its costs going up, how do you think they're going to survive? They don't. And so this is something that for those of us who care about making sure you have access for our seniors to Medicare, that we right-size these reimbursements. Second point, I am proud to be an immigrant from India. I'm also proud to be one of the primary authors in Congress about reforming high-skilled immigration reform. This is of utmost importance at a time when many physicians are going to be leaving the profession over the coming decade, that we continue to attract and retain the very best talent from around the world in the medical profession. What do you think about that? Currently, many physicians come here on J1 and H1B, for instance, from India. But then they get into the queue to matriculate for a green card, and it takes decades for them to do so. In fact, an H1B individual from India coming to the United States today would have to wait 80 years, 80 years, before they get a green card.
As you can imagine, many of them will not live long enough to get that green card. In fact, I was in Springfield, Illinois, the capital of Illinois, and a certain Dr. Shaw, whom I knew for a long time, who's a kidney specialist, said to me, Raja, I don't know if you know this, but I'm an H-1B holder. I said, I can't believe it. You are one of the most distinguished kidney specialists in Springfield. You've been here for 13 or 14 years, but you're an H-1B holder. I said, how long will it take for you to become a green card holder? He said, another 14 years. So I said, okay. Well, I am pursuing legislation to eradicate the caps, the per-country caps for H-1B, and I'm going to pursue that legislation, but if I don't make it, what's your plan B? And Dr. Shaw looks at me and he points out a little girl in the corner of the room. And he says, you see that girl? She was born here in Springfield, Illinois. She's my daughter. In 15 years, she will sponsor me for a green card. And I said, you better take good care of Plan B. Extra sugary and salty snacks for 15 years. But in all seriousness, that should not be the way that we bring our best talent from around the world into our immigration system. And so I'm trying to reform that as well. Now let me segue to my third and final set of points. It's a little more serious, but also a little more humorous. I'm one of only a handful of Indian Americans in the United States Congress. I affectionately call myself a member of the Samosa Caucus. You can clap. It's a small but spicy and powerful group of people who happen to be of Indian descent, and I'm proud to be an Indian American. I am proud of my culture, I'm proud of my heritage, and I'm proud of you. And I will always be proud of you. Now, Indian Americans in this country are on the ascent. You know this. They number more than 4.5 million people in this country, and the recent census illustrates just how far we have come. Indian Americans are the fastest growing ethnic minority in this country. They are the most prosperous and among the most best educated people in this country, and they are some of the best looking people I know. Okay, that was not in the Wikipedia entry. I'm embellishing just a little bit. But the point is this, you know this, Indian Americans, including yourselves, are on the rise. You have arrived. But now, I need you to continue your ascent. Now, you have done so with great grace and humor over the years. In fact, I heard about another gentleman named Dr. Patel. Dr. Patel came from India to Indiana. He was one of the finest surgeons in India. And when he got here, his attending physician said to him, Dr. Patel, you are one of the finest young surgeons I have ever met. But I think that you need to do a little more to break the ice when you meet patients so that you can really establish a rapport with them. And so I need you to say things that are in common with them, and that will help your experience. So Dr. Patel says, okay. He goes into his first time that he's doing an operation and meets the patient that he's going to operate on. And the patient is white with fear. And so he says to the patient, sir, why are you so scared? And the patient looks back at Dr. Patel and says, sir, this is my first surgery. And so Dr. Patel, remembering the advice given to him by his attending physician, looks at the patient and says, sir, this is my first surgery too. And so many of you remember those experiences. You have gone through those experiences. You have lived through the American dream. You have achieved the American dream, and now I need you to do one more thing. and that is to get even more involved in the civic affairs and the life of this country. What does that mean? There's a saying in Washington, D.C., if you don't have a seat at the table, you're on the menu. And none of us can afford to be on the menu. Am I right about that? So that means you have to do three things. First, I don't care if you're a Republican, a Democrat, an independent, or none of the above. You have to vote. That's extremely important. Do you agree with me? Second, you have to get involved in causes bigger than yourself. Third, I think it's time to run for office. And again, I don't care if you're a Republican, a Democrat, an independent, or none of the above, it's time to run for office. Physicians, I feel, have their patients' interests at heart. They have our country and our constituents at heart. And so we need more of you to be at the table making decisions about the biggest issues facing our country. So, again, it doesn't matter what your political allegiance. I need you to run for city council. I need you to run for state rep and state senator. And maybe one of you will run for the U.S. Congress, though please not in my congressional district. Anywhere else, well, I'll be delighted to see you regardless. Well, let me just close with my favorite saying. Yesterday is history, tomorrow's a mystery, but today is a gift. That's why we call it the present. I'm honored and blessed to be with you here for just a few short minutes of your precious time to celebrate you, to celebrate IMA, and to celebrate how together we are going to make America and the world a better place. Thank you so much, and God bless all of you and your families and our troops. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Krishnamurthy. Can we please request Mr. Krishnamurthy to stay on stage as he will be presenting the Lifetime Achievement Award to Dr. Vijay Dave. Can we please call upon Dr. Vijay Dave and his family on stage to receive the Lifetime Achievement Award? Dr. Vijay Dave is a cardiologist practicing in Northwest Indiana since 1977. Born and educated in India, Dr. Dave came to USA in 1973 after finishing his medical degree and postgraduate from Mumbai. He finished his residency and cardiology fellowship and started a cardiology practice in 1977. Dr. Dave is one of the original 10 MDs who started the IMA in 1982. He was also the second and the 33rd president of IMA. Dr. Dave's greatest passion is medical education. He's the director of medical education at St. Mary Medical Center in Hobart for more than 40 years and clinical associate professor of medicine at IU Northwest. During his tenure, he has trained more than 1,100 students and physicians. So a big round of applause for that. His other passion is stage performance. So a talent which we had no idea about, otherwise we would have had him on stage. Ever since he was young and he did stage shows and won awards in intercollegiate competitions. In the USA, he was involved with many big stage productions with Bollywood actresses. That is a story for later. Please welcome Dr. Vijay Dave and his family. Now we are going to have Dr. Harisha, his close friend, say a few words. Before that, Dr. Dave's son, Amar Dave, has a video that he has sent, so we are going to play that, and then I will have Dr. Harisha say a few words for him. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you who may not know, my name is Amar Dave, and it is such a pleasure to be up here via video and partner up to present Dr. Vijay Dave, or as I would like to call Dad, the Lifetime Achievement Award by the Indian Medical Association of Northwest Indiana. While I would like to keep this speech short, I also understand that genetically my father is Dr. Vijay Dave, and I could go on forever and ever. Jokes aside, I will keep this short and sweet. When we think of the Lifetime Achievement Award, we take a moment to reflect on our past, take a moment to reflect on our past roles, and what we've done in order to accomplish and make these roles. We have here a distinguished physician, community leader, educator, and my favorite, a father, just to name a few. As many of us are healthcare workers here in this room, we know the toll that it can take on our children, our families, from the late night emergencies to long hours away to socializing to build up a community such as the one that I see here. Now, I know superheroes may not be real, but I would like to say that I do have a super dad. I think he was able to be the best in fulfilling all of the roles, if not more, that I have laid out here today. So through this hard work, I want to thank him, and I want to thank all of you for supporting him. In addition to that, for those of you who may not know the term steward leader, it is a person who leads by serving others, serving communities, serving society as a whole. Now, being in healthcare myself, building a community, building a practice base, being an educator, which is why I'm not here, unfortunately, I now see the work and energy that it does take to build. And ultimately, we're also creating. And I highly appreciate what has been created here, the sense of community. If there's one thing that I would like to take from my father, along with a number of things, is A, find a good spouse like Ranjan Dave, of course, but also the values of hard work, community, and most of all, service. And here he is accepting this award, and I hope he can look back at his life and be as proud of himself as I definitely know and I'm sure we all are. So again, Dad, congratulations, or I would like to say in your professional terms, Dr. Vijay Dave, congratulations on the Lifetime Achievement Award by the Northwest Indiana Medical Association. We are super proud of you, and I'm super sorry that I could not be here. But like you said, hard work, and then we get paid. Have a lovely evening, everyone, and I hope to see all of you very soon. Take very good care, and congratulations.
I'm going to have Dr. Dave over to say a few words. Dr. Shah wants to, okay, come on.
Friends, much has been said, so I will try to keep myself as brief as possible so we can get to dinner quickly. But let me tell you, how do you tell something about a legend in a minute or two? You can't. And that's what we are trying to talk about for Dr. Dave. You know, he's the only person who has been the IMA president twice. One as the second president and then as the 33rd president. Here's a quote from a citation that Dr. Dave was awarded. An award was given to him last year. The top 50 Indians in USA. Here's a 78-year-old doctor working 60 hours a week, ever ready to help, an ambassador for India in its truest sense. He has been a source of strength to many. Dr. Dave's a lot of accomplishments were already described, so I will try to keep myself not go to those. But the Sagamore of Wabash Award, the highest civilian award in the state of Indiana, Dr. Dave is a recipient of that. I don't want to enumerate all the other awards. As chairman of the board of trustee of Lake County Medical Society, he was one of the key person to bring the IU Medical School to Gary, Indiana. He has been involved in local politics, but also in international diplomacy. Dr. Dave and Dr. Barai played an important role in the USA-India nuclear accord. His generosity for fellow human beings is unmatchable. Anytime a student comes and says, well, I don't have a place to live. No, you do have a place. It's my home. He's had 20, 30 students stay at his home when they are doing their rotations at the hospitals here. We already talked about all the students that come from all over the world to study and be mentored by him. Almost 1,100 students have gone through that mentorship program, from high school students to college students to medical students and even doctors. Even now, Dr. Dave will go and everything that is not being used in the cath lab or is expired, he will collect and send it to Macedonia. Why? Because he had a student there who's the director of the cath lab. And that's how caring he is. But let me also say, his achievements sit lightly on his shoulders. He accepted all his success and failures without any remorse or ego. Friends, I would be amiss to conclude this without mentioning the always smiling Ranjan Ben. Do you know what's her email address? Always smiling at. I congratulate Dr. Dave for a well-deserved Lifetime Achievement Award. We are proud of you, Vijay Bhai. I consider it my good fortune to know and work with a person like you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. 1973, I came to this country. 1973, I went to see a movie at McCormick Place, and on the back of my seat, I heard a familiar sound, and that was Dr. Mehta. Dr. Mahesh Mehta. Thanks to him, I'm here in Northwest Indiana. Dr. Mehta, thank you very much. I started working at Methodist Hospital Emergency Room 1974, and I've been associate with Methodist Hospital since then. I joined St. Mary Medical Center in 1977, and I've been the director of medical education since then. Few of us, 10 of us, started in White House restaurant in Chicago, in Valparaiso, Indian Medical Association. Dr. Ramakrishna Undi was the first president, I was second president. And at that time we decided to have Indian Medical Association as a forum for several aims. One, to recognize presence of Indian in community. Two, we become part of community, and have dinner like this to thank all our colleagues, Indian and non-Indian. And most important thing is to have entertainment with education about India. I performed several stage performances here with education and entertainment, and at present I see IME doing extremely well. I want to thank Vivek and incoming president for this honor. Thank you very much.
Dr. Dave wanted me to announce as to what the plaque said. It says, "We are proud to present this award to you for providing outstanding service in the field of cardiology and education. Your dedication to the IMA and service to Northwest Indiana community has enhanced the reputation of physicians of Indian origin." Thank you.
Can we have the Consul General please come on the stage? We are fortunate to have the Consul General of India, Mr. Somnath Ghosh, with us today. He was able to take time out of his busy schedule to be with us. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Somnath Ghosh to the stage to present our Community Volunteer Awards. This year, our Community Volunteer Awards go to Aishwarya Parulekar and Katie Boyle, who I would like to call on stage now. So I'm going to say a little word about both these ladies. They are just fantastic. Can we have a big round of applause for both of them? They have worked tirelessly behind the scenes for many, many years to bring the IMA Gala function to fruition. I'm going to start with Ash first. Ash. I've known Ash for like 10 years now. She's an artist, a dancer, and wears many, many different hats as the need requires. And she does so effortlessly and selflessly. She is behind many of the dances being performed at different Indian functions such as Diwalis, Galas, India Fest, and more. Her love for dance is reflected in her smile and her happiness when she is on stage performing, which you will witness later today. She is also great with decorations, planning events, getting everything set up, and the list goes on and on. We could not have done this without her. It also happens to be Ash's birthday today, so please wish her when you see her. Katie, now I'm going to go to Katie. Katie is our behind-the-scenes guru who works tirelessly for many, many months to make this day successful. Katie and her husband of 20 years, John, have 3 incredible children, Aiden, Liam, and Eleanor, that keep them very busy. In 2016, she joined the IACC and IMA organizations, serving as their administrative coordinator. She goes above and beyond for IMA, while always having a smile on her face, and she brings the best out in others. This event would not have been possible without her. Both Katie and Ash dedicate their time and energy without asking. We truly appreciate you from the bottom of our heart and hope that you continue to do what you're doing. We salute your unwavering commitment to IMA and outstanding community service, and we would like to honor you. Thank you so much. I would now ask Mr. Somnath Ghosh to say a couple of words, few words.
Thank you. First of all, happy Navratri, Shubh Navratri. From today the Navratri is starting, and also today happens to be the first day when in Bengal and East India we start Durga Puja. Today is Mahalaya. So my best wishes. I wish you health, I wish you prosperity, and of course health of everybody with your help, so that your prosperity continues. Thank you for inviting me here. India is known in India and outside, including in USA, for IT, information technology broadly and popularly. But in my opinion, the medical professionals from India who have made more impact, and probably in India we need your help more. India is itself has shortage in number of doctors, in number of clinics, number of hospitals, medical services, and I call upon the Indian doctors and our American friends to support us, to be part of the huge activity that is going on in India in the health sector, to partake of the commercial opportunities and to be there. Thank you very much again. I'll not have a long speech. Wish you all the best in this festive session and wish you a very good rest of the evening. Thank you.
Next, I would like to call Sister Jane Marie Klein, Dr. Cora, and Senator Bohacek to come on stage. Dr. Cora will be introducing Sister Jane Marie Klein, and Senator Bohacek, Dr. Mishra, and Dr. Cora will be presenting her with awards. Please welcome her with a big round of applause.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's my proud privilege to be a part of this segment of tonight's program, where we will honor an extraordinary individual. Sister Jane Marie Klein dedicated her entire life to a profound and unwavering commitment to the healthcare ministry, making her an exceptionally deserving recipient of this year's Community Service Award by the Indian Medical Association of Northwest Indiana. Her tireless efforts, compassionate care, and unwavering devotion have touched the lives of countless individuals, bringing solace and healing to those in need. Throughout the decades of service, Sister Jane Marie's selflessness and deep faith have been a beacon of hope for both patients and colleagues, exemplifying the very essence of the healthcare ministry's mission. Her legacy of love, kindness, and dedication will continue to inspire all who have had the privilege of knowing her, and her impact on the healthcare community is immeasurable. This award is a well-deserved recognition of Sister Jane Marie's remarkable contributions and a testament to the profound difference one person in this world can make through their unwavering commitment to serving others. So let's please rise and give a big round of applause and celebrate Sister Jane Marie's contributions. So at this time, I'm going to invite Dr. Vivek Mishra, our president, to present the Community Service Award. And sister, we have a couple of more awards tonight for you. Our State Senator Michael Bohacek, Senator Michael Bohacek is here on behalf of the state. Mike, please come on up.
Sure. Thank you, Dr. Cora. Thank you for everybody for being here. One of the great things we get to do as legislators in the state of Indiana is recognize folks that really make a big commitment to the community. Sister Jane's advocacy for healthcare in Northwest Indiana has been second to none. She's been leading the Franciscan efforts since the middle 90s. And that is certainly a legacy and a standard that's going to be very difficult for somebody to pick up and carry forward. And her legacy will go on a very long time. But the best thing of being a legislator is when we get to recognize achievements like this. So I'm proud to nominate Sister Jane for the Sagamore of the Wabash, which is the highest honor that a citizen of the state of Indiana can receive. The governor has in fact... The governor has in fact approved the award, and it will be conveyed to you shortly. So I really appreciate your efforts and everything you've done for the state of Indiana. So thank you.
And sister, from a federal level, a tribute has been entered into the congressional record by Congressman Frank Moran, honoring your lifetime of spiritual service and the service to the healthcare ministry. Congressman Moran could not be here tonight because he's out of town, but it is, sister, my proud privilege to present to you the congressional record honoring your contribution. And lastly, sister, in the Indian tradition, we have a tradition of draping you with a shawl. The people whom we respect and revere, we do that, and Sudha is going to do that for you. Again, thank you all for coming this evening and participating in this tribute to Sister Jane Marie's contribution to Northwest Indiana and to humanity at large. Thank you very much. Sister wants to say a few words. All right.
I just want to say thank you. I'm humbled. I'm grateful. We've been in Northwest, not me, but the sisters have been in Northwest Indiana since 1898. I came first to Northwest Indiana in 1980 to the region, as they say. And I left part of my heart here, I think, when I left. But it's heartwarming, very heartwarming, to see so many of you here tonight. Many of you whom I haven't had a chance, obviously, to say hello to, but know that I treasure my relationship, ongoing relationship, although more recently, not directly here. But I get in Northwest Indiana a lot, even after I was at the corporate office. And it's only because of the support of our many doctors, our many board members, many people in this community that have supported us, that have allowed us to continue our healthcare ministry here so many, many years. So God bless you all. Thank you for this honor that you bestowed on me, and I take it on my community this evening. Thank you.
All right, let's give another round of applause for Sister Jane Marie Klein. Before our next Bollywood medley performance, I would like to take this time to give my vote of thanks. Thank you once again for joining us tonight. The IMA extends its deepest gratitude to our diamond sponsors, Methodist Hospital and Community Healthcare System. Our Sapphire sponsors, Northwest Health, Franciscan Alliance, and Lake County Sheriff Oscar Martinez. We would like to thank our centerpiece sponsor, Pinnacle Hospital, and our table wine sponsors, Inari Medical Devices. A big thanks to all the volunteers, including Dr. Sanjay Raikar, Dr. Shilpa Malekar, Dr. Sudhish Chandra, Aishwarya Parulekar, for helping us throughout the process. Katie Boyle, our manager and coordinator, and Judy and Megan at Quality Impressions were instrumental in making sure everything came together this day. Halls of St. George and Gaylord Restaurant have been really helpful. Thanks to Najesh ji, who is our media consultant, and Srilata, who is our IT consultant. This evening would not have been possible without your support. I would like to acknowledge our elected officials and distinguished guests with us tonight. Indiana State Senator for District 2, Lonnie Randolph. Indiana State Senator for District 8, Mike Bohachik. Indiana House District 9 Representative, Pat Boy. Lake County Superior Judge, Rihanna Adat Lopez, are with us tonight. Thank you all for coming and spending the evening with us. I would like to say thank you to everyone who has worked hard to make this evening a success. You know who you are. If I have missed out your name, please know it is because of lack of time, not your commitment or your contributions. As I pass the baton to Dr. Sanjay Raikar, I cannot tell you what an honor it has been. I was able to build deeper bonds with the community and met so many wonderful people. Even though I have less here now, but it's truly been an experience of a lifetime. In closing, I would like to express our heartfelt gratitude to our healthcare providers. We are here not only to celebrate the achievements of you all, but also to acknowledge the countless hours you have spent on the front lines during COVID and the countless lives you have touched and saved. Our centerpieces are for you to take home. There is a card with a QR code and there's an envelope. Please donate whatever your heart desires, and every dollar that you give goes towards charity. Last but certainly not the least, before I conclude, I want to give the biggest thank you of all to my better half, my dear wife, Dr. Sonali Shukla. None of this could have happened without you, my dear. Thank you.